Welcome to a video all about the brand new Nouvo Dream Drops from Tonic. So I'm going to do an up close video like I usually do when there's a new product coming out, because I have got tons of samples using these drops. But I wanted to do this separate video as well because I've also done a little swatch book off to the side of loads of different techniques that like me and the other design team members have all thought of for different ways of using the Nouvo drops. So I wanted to show you that in detail as well. So I thought I'd do this extra little video and just explain like how the Dream Drops fit in with the rest of the Nouvo drop range. So there are 6 colours in the Dream Drops, and they come in this gorgeous diamond bottle with the same lid as the vintage drops with that hexagonal gem on the top. There are 6 official colours, but there is also a 7th colour which came in the Tonic Craft Kit number 18, which is called Supernova. So if you got that kit, you've got that exclusive colour as well. But the 6 actual colours are Dragon Scales, which is my favourite, and my bottle is almost empty. Gold Lux, another one of my favourites, almost empty. And then Love Potion, which is a gorgeous pink. Then we've got Cloud 9, which is white on white, but it shows a different colour on black. Well, they all show different colours on black, but that one is surprising because you think it's just going to be white and then it dries pink on black. And then we've got Indigo Eclipse and Fairy Wings as well, which is a lovely pale pink and a pale purple. So they are the 6 colours, and to tell them apart, they're in a diamond shaped bottle with the vintage drop lid, and you actually get more in these than you do in any of the other in any of the other Nouvo drops. You get more in these bottles, and I reckon that is because of the sheer number of techniques that you can do with them. Like, it's crazy. Like, I've got so many different techniques that you can do with these, and some of them you can do with the original 6 different types of Nouvo drops, but other ones don't work as well. But with these, it's great. So anyway, the other types of drops that have come out in the past, I just picked out a blue version of each of them. So the original types to come out were the metallic-y ones and the gloss ones as well. So they were the original kind of Nouvo drop to come out. Then they brought out glitter, well, the glitter ones might have been with them as well, I'm not sure. But then you've got the glittery version as well. Then they brought out 2 more different kinds. You have the glow drops, which actually glow in the dark, and the jewel drops, which are a translucent colour. They dry lighter than you see them in the bottle, and if you put them on different colours, you can't see the colour as well, but on white you'll get a lovely pale blue colour for this one. And then the last type of drop they brought out were the vintage drops, which dry matte, and you can see they've got the same lid as the brand new Dream Drops, but the vintage drops were in a rectangle bottle and the Dream Drops are in a diamond shaped bottle. So I thought I'd just tell you all of that because, you know, some people might have never heard of Nouvo drops, so it's quite good to give you an introduction to all the different types. And so I'm going to show you all of these, but if you were buying the Dream Drops and you didn't have any of the other drops, I'd recommend buying the black and the white of the normal Nouvo drops as well, just because you can do some really cool things with these drops with them. And this is the first thing. These aren't in any particular order, they're just whatever order I did them and shoved them on this ring. But so one of my favourite things to do with Nouvo drops is to take one colour and swirl it onto the top of another colour, and they look amazing when you do it with the Dream Drops. So this one, on top of that black, is actually the Love Potion, and you can see they look a completely different colour because when any of the Dream Drops are on black, their actual mica colour shows through more than the colour of the drop, so you get that cool purpley blue kind of a tone for the Love Potion. And then on white you obviously see them as they are in the bottle. That one's Dragon Scales onto the white drops there. But I just think having the black and white Nouvo drops from the originals, it just gives you other options of making them tie into your cards as well. So maybe I should go through these in more of a logical order. Let me take them off the ring. just because I've done some other ones showing you different ways of using them. So, where are the other drop ones? It might just make a bit more sense if I show you the other drop ones now. So, I've shown you on there, putting the Dream Drop on top of the black Nouvo drop, but if you didn't have the black Nouvo drops, you can, for this one here, you can just draw a black dot. So say you don't like working with black card, which I'm not that keen on working with black card, but you wanted the drop to show the colour that it would do when it's on black, you can just take a black alcohol marker and draw a black dot and then do your Nouvo drop straight over the dot. So these next to each other, they're the same colours, but on the right hand side they're just straight onto the card, and on the left hand side I've drawn a black dot before I drop them on. So you can really see the difference, especially with that one. Is that, I haven't written the colour, I think that one's Fairy Wings down the bottom. It gives a really like cool pinky tone when it's on the black, and then the Dragon Scales just sort of intensifies the bluey green, and that Love Potion goes a purpley blue kind of a colour when it's on black as well. So that is that, and then I also did another little swatch to show how you can actually mix the drops as well. So you can take a drop of the Dream Drop, a drop of black, and actually mix them together to give those cool effects too. I mean, you might think, why do you want to mix them together, because you can't really make a drop back out of it if you've completely mixed them and they've turned into a little puddle like that. But loads of different techniques. You could scrape that through a stencil. You could make a bigger amount and scrape that through a stencil onto white card, so you've got the look of the stenciling onto black card, but you're actually onto white card. I didn't even think of doing that, I just thought of that now. There's another idea that you can do. But yeah, so that's something else that you can do with the drops. You can mix them with other colours of your Nouvo drops. I've only been experimenting with black and white, but imagine what you can do with all the other colours that are in the collections. And the the Dream Drops, I've got my swatches in here. They are really different to any of the other drops in the collection because they are that iridescent kind of a finish. So you kind of look at them and you think it's one colour, but then you look again and it looks like a different colour. They're really, you really want to see them in real life to appreciate how beautiful they are. But they are really, really gorgeous drops. So, this is going to take me a while to get through all of these, but one of my favourite things to do with Nouvo drops is to take a die cut, stick it onto the card, and then add the drops into the open areas, and then once it's dry, stick another die cut over the top to make it look neater. And you can do it brilliantly with the Dream Drops. All of the drops work to do this. Any of the different types of drops work. However, the gloss ones and the jewel ones seem to dry to a more brittle consistency, and they can crack, but that does look nice as well though. But the Dream Drops dry to the same kind of like plastic consistency as the metallic ones and the vintage ones, and yeah, the metallic and the vintage, so they don't crack when you do this. So that's why you can do so many more techniques with them, because they don't seem to crack for any of the techniques that I've tried, which is brilliant. So that is just straight through that flower onto the white card, and that's just showing you 5 of the different colours. And then this is showing you the same 5 colours. If I hold it like that, that's the same order. But this time I've stuck the flower die cut down, and then I've taken a black alcohol marker and coloured in the sections, and then dropped the drops in, and then put another die cut over the top to make it look neat once it was dry. And then this one, you can actually, this is Love Potion and this is Gold Luxe around here. You can actually just flick on some colour to the central section, and then add the same colour drop over the whole thing, but you get that shading look because it's changed colour when it's on black rather than being on white. So that's those ones. Then you can use these on your sentiments as well because they don't crack. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see that. This is Cloud 9 on here, so it's the white one. So it's kind of difficult to see, but you can see the dome on it really. So it's like using like your glossy accents or something over the top of your sentiment, but you can use this. You can actually apply it that finely from the bottle, which is great. So that's using it thicker onto a sentiment, or you can just dab it on with your finger. This was using fairy wings onto a black die cut, and that gives, it does look more pinky in real life. It's sort of picking up orangey on the camera, but it looks more pinky in real life, that one. Then you can freehand draw with these as well, not just having to do drops. You can actually draw with them and they don't seem to crack at all. The top one was just freehand straight onto the white card, and the bottom one I actually drew it in black first and then went over it. That one's colour isn't that different. Which one was this? I didn't write it down. I think that could have been no, can't have been Cloud 9. Maybe it was the Indigo Eclipse. Yeah, I think it was. That was Indigo Eclipse that I drew that with, and then onto the black. It's not that much of a difference as if I had used Love Potion, but I just wanted to show that you could do that. Then you can even paint with these. You can water them down and paint with them and splat with them as well, which I thought was so cool. So there's that technique as well. Then this is also showing painting in a heat embossed image. So brilliant idea, and it doesn't mess up your paintbrush. I mean, I was using a cheap paintbrush just in case I did mess it up, but I just washed it off in water and it's fine, so that's really good. Then you can just blend it straight onto the card with your fingers and give a cool metallic-y look. I've only done this one on black because the colours are just more visible on black because the mic is picking up the black colour. Then you can scrape it on with a spatula. So this was for all of my samples as well that I'll show in another video. I was using the new Nouvo silicone spatulas. They're brilliant for this. And that's just spreading it on more thickly so you get more of the solid colour. And that was, I didn't write it on here. I think that was, maybe it was Gold Lux. I think it was Gold Lux and Fairy Wings for that one. And then I think this one was Fairy Wings as well. This is just showing it on some foiled card, on foiled black card, and then it's just using it as a resist. You can also use it to accent your textured cardstock. So that's just showing 3 different colours on there. You can just use it kind of like an embellishment mousse really, just to pick up the texture. And some of the other ladies in the design team did it onto embossing folders as well, which I completely forgot to do a swatch for or try. But yeah, so you can use it on embossing folders to pick up the detail too. Then I did this technique with the glitter accents and glimmer pastes, but you can place some onto a piece of acetate and then squish it together, leave it for maybe 10 minutes and then pull them apart, and you get this really cool texture that then dries. You can kind of hear it. So it dries in it, and then this was the 2 that I pulled apart, and this is just showing how the colours look on the white when you layer the white behind it, and then that's how the colours look on the black. So you don't even have to use white or black card. I mean, these look the same normally, but you just put one on white and one on black and you get a completely different look. Then one of my favourite things to do with these is to stencil with them. Again, another lady off the Tonic design team, Lou, she said you can do it with the normal drops, but I'd never thought to try it before because I just presumed they would crack. But Dream Drops works amazingly, so I'm definitely going to have to try it with the normal Nouvo drops as well. But look how cool that looks. And then, I've shown you on white card, then on black card, that was the same 3 colours. I did write on this one, Fairy Wings, Love Potion, Indigo Eclipse. And that's the same 3 colours. And then I did it on, I think this was just Fairy Wings, onto a black satin card, so it still sticks to a satiny coated kind of card. You can probably do it mirror card as well. And then this one too, I stenciled and then ink blended over the top so it acts like a resist, which I thought was really cool. Then, because you've seen from all the others how they look different on black and white, I thought why not like squish on some obsidian black Aquaflow, let it dry, and then scrape over a couple of colours, and it kind of gives an oil slick look. It's really difficult to catch both. There's like 4 colours in here. It's really cool. It kind of goes from green and purple to blue and yellow. It's really difficult to catch, but you also get the colour of them on white coming through as well. But it looks really cool. It kind of looks like oil on water, or like a petrol-y kind of a look, which I really like. So that's that one. Then Jodie thought of this one, scraping it through a stencil and then adding on embossing powder over the top. This was just clear, Nuvo's clear embossing powder, and it gives this really cool look. It kind of all bubbles up, and it's really wicked. I really like it. Then you can also stamp with them. So this is the last one, but that's showing stamping onto white. It is really quite subtle, but you can also ink blend over this as well to make them pop out more. And then that's stamping onto black as well. And that's just making a stamp with one of the Snowflake Trio dies that came out last Christmas from Tonic. I just cut it out of funky foam to make my own stamp and then stamped with it. And I applied it onto the stamp with a little piece of cut and dry foam. Yeah, so that's all the techniques, or you know, like ideas of ways to use them that I've done in this little swatch book. I'm sure there are even more. Like, I am so amazed at how many amazing cool things you can do with these Nouvo drops, but I'm sure there are more that I haven't even thought of. Yeah, I just wanted to do a separate video as well as my up close one to show you this little swatch book, and it's kind of a good reference to come back to for me as well, actually, because, you know, you get so many different things into your craft room, you kind of just see these sitting on the shelf and forget all of the amazing things that you can do with them. But if you've got it all in a video, you can just come back and get some more ideas whenever you've run out of ideas of ways to use them. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it, and so there'll also be an up close look at these dream drops as well. They'll probably come out around the same time, these 2 videos. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.